you ready? Because I know I'm ready. Are you ready to get hype as fuck?
Hype as fuck.
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 Hype AF.
Get hyped as fuck.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Skyman are tapping the fuck in. And if you haven't heard already, hype as fuck, baby. Let's go.
What up, you guys? I am Madwack Jackson, and welcome to another episode of the Get Hype AF podcast. This is the first episode of season 4, you guys. How cool is that? Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video, share it out, invite your friends. And we are also streaming live right now, hopefully on YouTube and Twitch. So if you don't want to watch us on Facebook or you're watching from any of those other platforms, do me a solid and do the same thing I just asked on here. And please, please, please drop a like, drop a comment, share all that fun, good stuff. And today on the show, we have our special guest with us is Cipher. So we already have him ready backstage and waiting, and we are going to get him on stage right now. To anyone watching, please at any time feel free to drop any comments, questions that you may have. Let's have a good episode, and without further ado, let's bring in my guest.
Hey, how's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, Cipher.
Quite the introduction. Thank you so much, Jesse. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. Been a long time coming.
Right? We've been planning for a minute, but the time has came.
All right, so kick it off. Let's kind of get everyone a little bit more affiliated and introduce yourself just a little bit more. What age are you, and where are you from to start out?
Right now, I am located in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. I've lived here my whole life. I have never moved. So it's funny that I say right now, but yeah, currently that's where I'm located physically. I'm 37 years old, and yeah.
All right. Do you have any kids? Are you married?
No, I do not have any kids. I am not married, but I do have a girlfriend. So, yeah.
So, ladies, he is unavailable.
I like how you throw that in right there.
All right. So let's just jump into some of your background. How long have you been doing music?
Oh, wow. I would say like recording definitively since about 2005. A lot of that was like early stuff recorded on like cassette tapes and stuff like that. Very, very rigged and ghetto. I had like a little DJ station and stuff hooked into like a speaker system, and just would have to one take the song. So since 2005, recording digitally since like 2006. So it's been a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, you're telling me.
So what got you started into music in the first place?
That's a good question. I guess I would say, listening to like hip hop and R&B and just music in general. My family, my parents really listened to music a lot in the house. That was kind of one of our staples. So a lot of early pop music, 70s, 80s pop music and R&B and hip hop as the 90s went on. So I would say, I just felt like I wanted to express myself similar to the way people were expressing themselves in these songs. And I thought it was incredible and like so unreachable, like the way people made songs, especially back then. It just felt like a whole different world of, talent and just polish on the music back then. So yeah, I just wanted to express myself like that. I would say a big inspiration at the time, especially, was like Tupac and, his more thought-provoking lyrics and emotional lyrics that really drove me to like, want to do the same, speak to people, change people, change the world potentially. So yeah, long-winded answer.
No, actually, it's a perfect answer because you already answered my next question. Who is your biggest inspiration? And you said Tupac. So outside of that, who else would you like to mention that you kind of look up to?
Okay, great. So Tupac, especially rap, that was probably like late 90s that I was getting into him, like a little bit later, late 90s. But I've definitely had different weird phases of music that I've liked, of course, like new metal, loved like Limp Bizkit and stuff at the time. And I've got into some other genres of music, such as like indie folk with Bright Eyes, who's out of Omaha. Also like AFI. A lot of those music tastes come from some of my like close friends or family. My brother especially put me onto some different stuff, so that was good to get a little bit more eclectic music tastes feeding into my inspiration there. So like AFI, Bright Eyes, I love Bjork. One of the first people who recorded me actually digitally, he got me into Bjork at the time. Shout out Ryan Hoban. Yeah, I would. So yeah,
Those are I love some of the names that you just announced off there because bands like AFI and other Bjork, I don't think that type of music has honestly ever been brought up on this show. So you brought a whole nother element of music to the show that we have never had before. So I
that's
love
awesome.
that.
Heck yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of Limp Bizkit myself. I'm gonna throw that in anytime he gets mentioned because fangirl shit.
Right.
I am not sorry.
But if I can, I would say like from a rap and hip hop perspective, as I grew my tastes, definitely like
Wi-Fi going out. Is the Wi-Fi going out?
you sound good to me. It's still feeding to me. So
Well, luckily I am streaming from my phone, but I have like 40 other devices going on, so I can share it out and
nice.
have my answers. And I don't have connection, so we're fine here. It's all my other crap going on.
Gotcha.
So, all right. Do you have a current favorite song? Obviously, a favorite all-time song is kind of hard to whittle down. So just something
Okay.
current that you find yourself on repeat.
Oh man. I have some good answers and some bad answers. I would say definitely have really enjoyed Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar since that was released. That's been playing a lot on my playlist. Of course, Not Like Us from Kendrick, and then some other good favorites from my label mate, Knowledge Born, Squad, a really fire song that he put out very recently. It's really smooth and pretty sexy, so I've really enjoyed it. It puts me in a good vibe. So yeah, those are some of the top contenders right now.
Right on. Shout out to the team. I love that. This is not a question I usually ask, but I'm going to throw it in there because this season I seem to have a whole bunch of you guys who are affiliated with the Sky Manor movement, I guess is what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how you guys found each other and how that whole thing came to be?
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of it stems from the 308 Cipher, which I know on the episode that you had Sky Manor on was discussed. The whole process behind getting that created, recorded, and mixed, mastered, coordinating, getting people to the studio, and then of course the filming of the video, which is a whole nother adventure.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen the video, Rob, I see you in the chat. If you wouldn't mind doing us both a solid, my man, and dropping the link to that video for us in the comments right now, I'm sure I definitely would appreciate it, and I'm sure my guy would too. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so yeah, that was a whole process in itself, but it was just a lot of planning and I received messages from I think it was Cody Ross or Pringle. I don't recall which one at this time. It's been over a year. I feel like it's been over a year at this point. But started making connections with those people. We planned and plotted to do the Cipher. We did that, and then beyond that point, that got a lot of momentum and stuff. And then I think at that point, Sky Manor wanted to help others out as they've been helped out, as they mentioned on your last episode that they were on with you. So with that being said, they created their own label called Gilded Realm, which is I'm part of. So they reached out to multiple artists and assembled a team, and now we all work collectively together, helping each other, helping promote and sharing resources and skills. So it's a really great thing. And yeah, I can't say enough great things about those guys. They've been very helpful, very knowledgeable, and yeah, spreading and sharing that. And I'm hoping to do the same, myself as I get a little more established and stuff, start to, spread the love and share my knowledge as well. So it's been a really great thing. That was like last fall, maybe late, almost winter. So almost coming up on a year already. So crazy.
That was good. That was going to be my next question. So I'm glad you went on and threw that in there for us. Almost a year. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been awesome. So, especially when we go out to shows and stuff, and we'll all like get together in like an Airbnb and stuff, and get hyped up before the show, and then hang out after the show. So it's been good times, good memories.
And do you have a favorite song out of your collection of music?
That's hard. I think that's always moving, right? So as I make something new, I feel like that's the new bar, right? So I'm like, okay, this is better than what I've done before. I would say for a long time, off of my latest album, Summer Storm Dreams, which came out about a month ago now, my favorite song on that for a long time was Toxic Regret. I really enjoyed Toxic Regret for a long time, and the writing and storytelling I did on that. I think that changed a little bit as we got closer to release date. One of my more favorite songs that I came out with then was a song called You Got Me Saying, featuring Savannah, who was like a new artist that myself and Mike, Big Mike, had discovered. Coincidentally, just a cousin of one of my very close friends. So pretty interesting how that came together. But that song, You Got Me Saying, one of my favorite beats I've wrote a song to. So I'm sure there'll be new favorites within a month or so. So
Right on. Have you released any? Tell us about some of the music you've currently released, and we should be checking out.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can speak to that. I would say last year was my first real return to a solid, complete project. I had a project that came out in April of last year called Going Through It. My friend Barry Tetz helped me on the artwork for that. The initial picture for the artwork was taken by my friend Joe Salazar. But yeah, it was a mix of some songs I had released in the past, and then some remixes along with some new material at the time. So that really helped me get my juices flowing. That was before we were ever reached out to about the Cipher. So juices were flowing. Once that was released, started working on a new project. Of course, can't sit idle very long. Juices were flowing, energy was back. So got to work on my latest project, which just came out on June 7th, Summer Storm Dreams. That project was a culmination of a lot of work over last year, and then some, I guess, tying up loose ends this year with like some collabs and stuff like that, which is pretty cool to see. A lot of those songs were created without any idea of having a lot of features in mind, but by the end of the project, I ended up having like 5 features on it. Plex Heroes on there, Cody Pringle of Sky Manor. Knowledge is on there as well. Big Mike is on there. We have M Status on there, and then of course Savannah is on there as well. So I think it turned out perfect. Everything happened just like it should. So I would say, yeah, definitely be checking out for Summer Storm Dreams, my most solid and best sounding piece of work so far in my career. But definitely planning more. So be on the lookout for
Awesome.
more.
I'm definitely going to be looking out for that. Make sure when it all comes out, you send it my way. And I love to promote everyone that I call family, and anyone associated with my podcast and my music family. I think you guys know who you are. That includes all of you. So make sure you send those my way, and one, so I can listen, and I'm always willing to help you guys out with promotion.
Definitely, will do.
Okay, here's one. Have you had the opportunity to perform live?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say quite a few, but definitely a few times this year. I've definitely been able to perform, which has been awesome. Getting the opportunity to perform the music that was, recorded and created so recently. I was able to perform in Grand Island, opening for Mr. Capone with Big Mike. Also, he performed, I think, later that week in Scotts Bluff, or it was Gearing technically. So opened for Capone, and then we had the Sky Manor benefit show in Sydney, Nebraska, which occurred earlier this month on the 7th. Was it the 8th? No, it was the 8th of June. So that was really fun. Hometown thing. Awesome stage, awesome sound, and getting to perform with all my bros and just put on a benefit concert was really great. But yeah, looking for more performances upcoming. So yeah, it's been great to actually shake those cobwebs. That first one was a little rough, I'll be honest.
So that was actually a lead into a couple other questions. We already got one of your favorite songs from your catalog. Now I'm going to ask that question again, but I want to know if you have a favorite to do live.
Ooh, that's a good question. To do live, I would say definitely doing the song called Somebody with Plex, getting to perform with him and just have him chop it up on his quick rhymes. And then, I had done my verse already, and then we're going back and forth on the hooks and stuff, and punch-ins and things like that. That's probably my favorite one to do live. So I've got to do it a couple times with him so far, which has been awesome. He was gracious enough to come down to the Grand Island show. I had him perform that song with me, so that was awesome. And then, of course, on the benefit show, I had him perform Somebody with me again. I don't know that he was expecting it fully. I think he thought I was joking, but I was like, hey, we're going to perform this song. And then I was like, all right, my next song I'm going to have Plex Hero, Cody Pringle, come perform with me. And he was like, I was like, yeah, I was serious. So he came up, and then we did the song. It was awesome. It was good times. I think that's probably my favorite to do live. So
Right on, right on. Out of the few places you have been able to perform, do you have one that stands out, a favorite so far?
the venues.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they were all pretty good in different ways. The Grand Island show, really nice setting and atmosphere. So I really liked that. There was a pretty sizable crowd there as well. So I really liked the being downtown on Grand Island. That was a good performance. Not to totally sidestep the question, but yeah. Then we had the show here in Gearing, more of an intimate atmosphere. So that was nice. It was not as big of a crowd, but people were right there. And then lastly, the show that we had in Sydney, the benefit concert, was just nice to have people there that were huge supporters. There were kids and stuff in the crowd and stuff, and they were jamming out, rocking out, dancing. So different reasons. I would say all of them have had their positives.
Sure, of course. That's how I feel. Each one has just a little something about it that makes it its own special place.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have reached the part of the show where I'm going to remind everyone watching right now to get your butts in here and drop some comments and some questions. If you guys have questions, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Okay. So just a reminder to you guys, go ahead and drop in some comments, and let's get this party started.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just now seeing where I can see the comments, so that's cool. Thank you.
So unfortunately, with my weird Wi-Fi situation, I have no idea what's happening. So we don't get to play a video. So luckily for the fans, this is the super awkward part of the show for you. I'm going to put you on the spot and I'm going to ask you if there's any chance you might do a freestyle or spit a verse from one of your songs for us.
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I saw the previous episode, so I was like, ooh, that's pretty awesome, like getting to perform like that. So
All right. So yeah, I can do you need some background music? I have that ability. We don't have much to choose from, or you just want to go completely a cappella for us?
I'll just go ahead and go a cappella. That's fine.
All right, whenever you're ready, I'm
All right.
going to just mute my mic to block out any background music I have, and you take the floor, my man.
Okay. Will do. All right. All right. So this is from an upcoming song that I have planned, but the beat's epic, so I'm pretty excited about that. So we'll go and get it started. Pray we never go back to our old ways. Too many reminiscing, living in the old days. You outdated, how draining the station gon' change. Don't want to hear that weak shit no more. All of you basics need to go play. I'm Ghostface. Check the block stars from up at Sky Manor. All them data's now all about it. That feeling is so strange. Got me looking gilded. I'm good forever in all ways. No easy road, hard truths I won't sugarcoat. Took it much further in places that you just couldn't go. If you truly knew yourself already, then you wouldn't know. Too busy leaning on crutches while I stood alone. Get it done no matter the obstacle. World watching you. So illogical. Penny thoughts is not the truth. One day might cop the coupe, but the roof is optional. Gotta know your lane, so swerve if this not for you. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's hear it. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of fires up, emojis up in this bitch now.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why people thank me, man. This show is about you, so thank you. You just blessed us.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without your platform, so we appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that back. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, keep dropping all these fires, you guys. That was dope.
Hell yeah. What up, Ross? What up, Zaid? Chantel?
You've already named a few people who you've gotten to work with musically. Have you name a few other of your favorite features and collabs that you have?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so of course, collaboration is an interesting process, can be a challenge at times, but I'm always looking to work with more people, different people, change up the vibes. Don't always want to have the same, kind of track all the time. Definitely looking to change things up. So definitely enjoy my collab with Knowledge. That's been a really strong standout from Summer Storm Dreams. It's got a lot of good feedback. Very resonating with a lot of people, so I really enjoy that. Of course, I've been working with Big Mike for damn well over a year at this point, so we're banging out collaborations all the time. Probably every couple weeks we're working on a new song together, so there's plenty more to come from some collaborations with Big Mike. I'm also working on a song with Upset, who was also on the 308 Cipher. He's out of Grand Island. I'm sure a lot of people in here already know who that is. So great guy, awesome promoter, performer, just a real dude and an awesome MC. So we're working on a song together that's going to be a banger for sure. It's actually produced by my guy, Anthony Marino. He actually lives here in Scottsbluff. He goes by Next AM. So he's a great MC as well. Great producer. But yeah, that's definitely one. But looking to work more with Plex and Sky Manor, of course. My guy Will Colliday, who's also on Gilded, definitely have the plans to work on a track with him. Yeah, lots going on. It's kind of all over the place.
Right on. Now, if you had the ability, no questions asked, anyone dead or alive, who would you want to work with?
Oh, that's a really hard question. So my mind is always thinking of what is the most fitting, right? Like, who would I fit on a track with best? But if that didn't really matter, like if I could just be on a track with a person, or have them on a track of mine, it would definitely be probably Tupac, obviously. Sorry, not obviously, but for me, as you know, growing up on that, for someone dead, of course, but alive, I would say probably Nas. Honestly, Nasir Jones, probably my favorite MC, like in general. But yeah, I would say a Nas feature would be probably up there. I'd love to work with Nas. From that perspective, or Lupe Fiasco, you know,
Oh, there you go. There's another name that doesn't get mentioned often.
What the heck? I know. Why not? people be sleeping, but Lupe's insane. Lupe's dope.
Man, I think I just became a bigger fan just from some of the people that you've listed on the show that you've come up with and listened to and aspire from, because that's all my kind of music. I'm here and I'm there and I'm everywhere, and you've named some people off I haven't even thought of in a while, and I appreciate that. I love that reminder.
Hell yeah. Let's get it, Ross.
All right, so kind of flip side from who you'd want to work with to where you'd want to perform. If you could perform anywhere, headline, mind you, you're going to headline any venue in the world, where would you want to headline?
Well, if we're going big dreams, probably just like this is a pretty basic ass answer, but like Madison Square Garden would be fire. I used to grow up watching a lot of like Jay-Z performances and stuff like that. Just seeing people perform in that place, it just feels pretty special and it just looks epic. So I would say that if we're going for like biggest location ever, but you know, every performance is meaningful at this point. So, you know,
absolutely. So what is some strategies and ways to grow? In other words, kind of your 5-year plan.
5-year plan. I would say the biggest strategy is to have a strategy and to have a plan. Getting organized is really important. Making sure you have your ducks in a row, that you're looking down the road. You know, having a vision is really important, I feel like. But allowing yourself to grow through those times, as you have plans to do certain things. You know, you're going to change over time. Different things are going to affect you in different ways. So be willing to kind of go with the flow, and learn from the lessons that are provided to you. You know, maybe don't. I feel like a lot of people might take things as like slights, or they don't want to hear advice. You know, like they feel like they know better, or they don't want to take the word or advice from somebody else. But there's knowledge in learning from those who maybe know better or have more experience. So I would say take experience and learning from wherever you can get it and utilize it. Definitely put it in action. But I think, yeah, absolutely having a plan looking forward. Like for me personally, not to keep going on this question, but you know, I already have my next upcoming EP planned. It's going to be released on Gilded Realm. It's going to be 5 tracks. I already know that. I already know who all the features are going to be, and I have title tracks for them all already at this point. Beyond that, I have another project that I'm working on with Big Mike, and that's getting near wrapped up. So not to spill all the beans in one session, but yeah, just looking forward. And then I know, you know, the project after that, and stuff might change for that as we get closer and stuff. But you know, having, you know, preparation is important. Absolutely. And I'll quit my long-winded rant. Thank you.
Oh no, man! Like I said, keep it long-winded. You're flying through these questions. We're gonna have a short show here today, so please.
My bad.
The more info you provide us, the better we can learn to love you, and the more fans you're gonna gain. Oh, let me see if I can find them in here real fast. We got a couple fan questions. Let me see if I can find them up here.
Sure. Sounds good.
Let me see. They haven't popped up on my screen yet, so I'm going to just ask you. Do you have a favorite activity outside of music?
I like to stay busy doing other things, though music has been a hyper focus the last like 4 or 5 months, especially planning for my album release. But outside of that, it's kind of funny because usually people are asking you from like a work perspective, so you're like, well, I make music, but outside of music, I do like to game. I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for a long time. I don't do it as much anymore, but I enjoy card games like Magic the Gathering. And then, of course, video games. I play a lot of shooters primarily. Destiny lately has kind of been one of my main things, though haven't touched it for a little bit. And then, of course, I love TV shows and movies. I love consuming entertainment, if you will. So, yeah.
All right. Another viewer question we have is
On that nerd shit.
Oh, that nerd shit. Well, while I find that question again, why don't you tell us what, unless you already did and I missed it, what is one of your favorite video games right now?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I would say right now, I've actually been playing a lot of Fortnite, which I know gets looked down upon a lot, but the graphics engine is really, really good, and they put Avatar in the game, so I had to play some Fortnite to get the Avatar skins. What up, Pringle? So I got the Avatar skins, had to do that, but yeah, the collabs are pretty sick. It's just a fun game to sit back and just waste some time doing some crazy wild stuff. But outside of Fortnite, I definitely am still a hardcore Destiny fan. Haven't finished or played the most recent expansion yet, though I do plan to probably this weekend or whatever. So Destiny 2 for sure, probably one of the better games out there right now, in my opinion. So
don't mind my giggling. I'm just I've asked that question and now my chat has turned into a foreign language to me because I am not a gamer and everyone's I don't know what half these people are saying, but I'm glad they're enjoying whatever content you guys are talking about. That's awesome. Apparently, I need to get into gaming.
For sure. Yeah. No, yeah, there's always little hidden lingo and slang, and yeah, it's great.
All right. Here's a question from Rob Gates. He would like to know if you ever would do a music genre outside of rap, like country or pop.
I probably wouldn't do country. I don't know that I would fit well on a country track.
I'm caught up.
For sure. But I could definitely see myself doing like more of an R&B song, honestly, or maybe something more punkish. But probably not country, but yeah, maybe like R&B, maybe punk, something more folky, stripped down acoustic. That would kind of speak to me. We'll see, Andrea. I don't know.
All right, here's one. What is something that you collect?
What is something I've collected? Infinity Stones. No, I'm just kidding. I am a collector of course, cards, Magic the Gathering cards. I still have a giant box of those and multiple decks. I also collect Funko Pops, of course, and she knows that. The person that asked that knows exactly why she asked. But I have quite a few Funko Pops. I have 2 bookcases worth, as well as a China hutch full of Overwatch Funko Pop exclusives. So yeah, I have Funko Pops ranging from video game characters that I really enjoy, from games that I really love, and then I have animation, some Star Wars. I have the Office Pops, but yeah. Funko Pops. She knows. She's over here laughing in here.
All right. I'm going to just, hopefully this will come up on the screen for you and you can just read this because it's, if you know, you know, apparently.
Question, do you answer? Oh, man. That is a hilarious reference that I have to plead the fifth on. So Ross is hilarious right now, bro. I would say you should probably let that ring and go to bed. Though you may not be able to sleep very well knowing who may be trying to call you up that late.
All right, here's a pretty good one. What upcoming projects are you most excited for?
What upcoming projects are you most excited for? Oh man, I would say my Gilded EP that I'm going to be working on. Definitely trying to have a different vibe from Summerstorm Dreams, more upbeat, more performable songs, more up-tempo, more energy. So less vibey, more vibrant, if you will. So I would say, yeah, that project. I'm on. I know I'm featured on a couple tracks of Big Mike's upcoming project, so I'm excited for his project to come out as well. Been helping do those tracks, and yeah, those features are going to be fire. I know he has, so just really supporting and looking for my real close collaborators releases as well as my own. So that Plex Hero and the Prometheus albums that are going to be solo projects, excited for those. The eventual Sky Manor album, just plenty. Looking to be involved in any other way as much as I can. So
Nice. This is a question, and I am stealing this question. Just saying that up front because I love this question. What is one of the hardest obstacles you've had to overcome as an up-and-coming artist?
Hardest obstacle. I would say, for me personally, I would say, self-doubt, questioning decisions, questioning yourself, questioning if something is good enough. I know a lot of people, a lot of recent collaborators and myself kind of took a hiatus from music for quite some time up until lately. And I know part of the reason I was only releasing some songs over those past, 4, 5, 6, 7 years was trying to be a perfectionist, wanting things to be to a certain level and not allowing myself to grow and show growth in the music. I wanted it to just all of a sudden be, up at a higher level than I had got to yet. So I would say hardest obstacle is just potentially yourself and your own, doubts for yourself. But yeah, I would say you can work through that if you have the right mindset and the right support system and the right people around you. So that's really important. Outside of myself, yeah, I think that's the best answer, to be honest. I don't. Mastering yourself is probably mastering and knowing yourself is can be the biggest obstacle.
100%. 100%. I can't take this man's advice. Here is one from actually someone who we have spoken quite a bit about and will be on a future show. This is a question from Knowledge. What do you hope to achieve as an artist?
Ultimately, I want to affect people's lives and affect the world. I would like to be someone that had an impact on some lives. I want to leave behind a legacy of music that is looked upon in a positive light, that had positive change in people's lives. I want to provoke thought. I don't want to just spit the same old things that people talk about. I'd like to get people to, hear a lyric and hear a song and be like, wow, I'm thinking about this differently or thinking about that differently. So definitely get people thinking and impact on the world.
Hell yes. Man, all right. He asked me for the questions, you guys. I didn't give it to him, I swear. These are all off the top of the head answers, and you are killing them, man. I love your vibe. I love your energy. I just want to put that out there because, I mean, dude, I'm sure you hear this a lot, but just your face, you just remind me of big old happy teddy bear, and I just want to hang out with you, man. I don't know what it is. I'm like, this guy's awesome.
Hell yeah. Good vibe.
Your smile is contagious as fuck. That is no joke.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have to stop and take a pause for a second, though, because this shit is blowing up, and I have to thank every single one of you guys in this chat room right now throwing out stars. I can't see them on my end, but I see a bunch of empty comments, and Wifey has informed me. So, Cody Ross, thank you. 500 stars sent. You are a badass. Thank you, bro. Clarissa and thank you. Rob Gates, thank you. Andrea Ward, Sunray, Wifey, thank you. Jessica, thank you. And anyone else who has sent stars who I may not be on this list, thank every single one of you for helping this podcast and your support. It is definitely unnoticed, and I appreciate every single bit and every single one of you in the comments, even if you're not sending stars. Thank you for showing up.
Hell yeah. Appreciate the love.
All right, so this is my I guess it's kind of it's the dun 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 question.
Okay.
I want you to answer this question as if you're talking to them in the face. You have a hater right now. What do you have to say to them?
I have a hater right now. I don't know. That's crazy. Why would you feel that way? Why would you openly express having bad taste like that? I just don't understand. I probably wouldn't say a whole lot to them, to be completely honest, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot.
So I'll go ahead and kind of rephrase it for you. How do you play offense against those who try to hate on your music or anything that you're doing?
I don't really take it too harsh, to be completely honest. I want to maybe see where they're coming from. If it's strictly just hating for the sake of hating without any good, reason, it's mainly just someone being, envious or jealous or just wanted to talk shit like people do. Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss, but talk shit like
oh yeah.
I don't really pay that much mind to it, especially if somebody's going to say something from that kind of perspective. But if they're really like, well, this is from a more of a place of criticism that can be maybe interpreted as something, I want to maybe learn from that and see where I can improve myself, to be completely honest. But honestly, I don't take much from that, to be honest. It doesn't affect me too much. I know who I am and I know what I'm creating and where I'm going with what I want to do. So yeah, they might get a sidebar at some point or something that pokes fun at it, but really don't put that much energy in that.
So you could just let them know that you got a pit bull waiting for him, basically, is what Rob says.
Rob's very protective, so he is that pit bull. So
I can vouch for that myself. You shout out Rob, because he's got our back, and I agree. I just ignore the haters is what I try to do, and I try to tell anyone who's dealing with that stuff, it's the best way to go. Don't let it affect you.
Definitely, yeah. It's don't let it throw off your energy. Yeah. It speaks more to them than it speaks to you that they have to be that way. So,
Andrew, safe win. I love that.
Ready to pop off there, Andrew. Love it.
All right. So I am down to my last two questions. So this is the part of the show where I'm going to remind you viewers one more time to go ahead and drop in any more questions. And I'm going to give the floor to you to basically discuss anything that you want to talk about, anything that we might have missed, and give some shout out and love to anyone that you want real quick.
Absolutely. Wow, that's a hard question. I talked about a lot and I spoke very endlessly. So
Another thing, definitely run through and give us your social media handles on where we can find you.
okay, absolutely. So we'll start with that. For everything at this point, I have Cipher, Cipher 52 music. So on Facebook, you can find me at Facebook /Cipher 52 music, or Instagram at Cipher 52 music, or TikTok, or all the things, all the places. So, Ross with a good question in there.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. Is it this one?
Yeah. He's throwing some good ones tonight and some hilarious other ones. So Mount Rushmore of hip hop. Big question. For me personally, there might be two lists. So personally, in my opinion, I would say probably Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z, and that's a really hard last question. I don't know who the fourth would be. That's really hard. I'd really want to pick someone more new school, but let's go with Don't say it. Oh, so for yeah, I would say in general, I would say I, this is too much pressure. I can't do it. No,
Wait, I can do the Jeopardy sound in the background to make it even more intense. Do 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 do.
I really can't think of a fourth, to be honest.
Would you like to use a lifeline?
I'm blanking on a fourth, but I would say definitely Pac, definitely Jay, definitely Nas. Uh, I don't think Biggie is up there in the Mount Rushmore. Just he didn't have enough time in the game, but yeah. Let's just put Kendrick up there, okay? Let's just be honest. By the time Kendrick is done, he'll be crazy. Like, yeah. Let's go with that. Final answer.
Final answer, Kendrick. All right.
That was tough.
That was fun. We had like a little game show in here.
Right?
I like this question too. What is the best advice you could give someone trying to come up in the music world?
That's hard. So, or like just starting out, basically. I would say to be disciplined and to prime yourself to be able to work through things and persevere, because it's not easy to continually, put yourself out there, create things, put all your passions and things out into the world and into the music that you create, and then put it out into the world and be worried about the feedback or the lack of feedback or the negative feedback. So just be prepared to have thick skin, I guess I would say. You got to be able to have thick skin and be disciplined. If you want to improve, put in the time and effort to improve. Don't expect that you'll just be at a certain level without putting in the effort for it. You will have hard lessons and some wins, but definitely learn from those lessons and keep it rocking.
Yeah, and this comment right here, you guys, this is also very, very important. Register your music, and that does not mean just putting it up on DistroKid. That's not registering your music, you guys. That's not what that means. So register your music. I feel like that is very important. Thank you for that.
For sure.
This is another good question. What is your process with dealing with mental blocks when you have writing, like a writing mental block?
Okay, absolutely. So I've had to work on this myself, especially like I talked about earlier, going through the process of self-doubt and wanting everything to be perfect. So I didn't want to put anything out because it wasn't perfect. But working through mental blocks, don't sit on one thing and think that you're going to just break through that obstacle. Change up the scenery, like work on something different, go do something different, go live a little bit. If you're stuck on a single problem and you just sit there looking at it, you're not going to break down that brick wall just by staring at it. Go, get inspired by some other music, try to work on different music, work on other things, enjoy and live, get involved into your other passions, and then maybe you have a different way to approach it at that point because you have more experience, more knowledge, more of a different mindset. You've broken out of that cycle of looking at that blank page thinking it's going to grow legs and just do what you want it to do. But definitely change of scenery, change of motivation. Don't stay stuck on the same problem. Go work on a different one. See how you can approach that one and then come back to it.
Yes, I agree. I love the way you worded it. Don't stare at a blank page and just expect answers.
Right.
That's not how that works.
Definitely.
All right. So again, I just wanted to see if you wanted to give any. Let's do shout outs real fast. Shout out some of these awesome people in here because I know these are a bunch of your people and you have a huge team behind you of support. Go ahead and show some
For
love.
sure. So want to shout out, of course, Sky Manor, Cody Ross, Cody Pringle. You guys are the best. Appreciate all your efforts and help. Really
We got to get at the end.
lit a fire under a lot of our asses. So that's dope. Shout out to Wilk. Shout out to Knowledge. Shout out to Mike, Upset, Boyd, all my 308 Cipher guys. Much love to you. And then, of course, Cipher Street Team. Yeah, I see a lot of you in here. Appreciate you. Chantel, Clarissa, Rob, Andrea, Madison. Yeah, like you said, great team behind me. Much love to all of them. They help me stay motivated and keep going on days where, you know, you're kind of not feeling it, or, you know, you question your next move. You know, it's good to have people to reach out to help guide you. So yeah, shout out to all them. And I'm sure I'm missing people. Zaid, shout out Zaid. We had a great writing session the other night. That was dope. Just chilling, vibing. Yeah, great way to spend some time. So
shout out to you from me as well, from the stars, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm going to throw this one in here because, well, I'm curious to know. Rob has a question.
Would you ever do a track with Mad Mike Jackson? I will say what I say to every track, or to every question like that, as long as the vibe of the track is right. Because I will say, I don't think I necessarily fit on everything, on every kind of track, right? Like, but if
I know what you mean. If someone was to throw me a country track and be like, "Hey, jump on this with me," I'd be like, honky tonk. That's the best I can give you, bro.
Yeah, I'm really focused on like subject matter and like vibe of the track. Absolutely.
All right. So yeah, if there aren't, go ahead and drop some more questions. But I am down to my last two. But if you drop them in the comments, I will most definitely make sure I get to them. So my last one of my last two questions, and because this is Hype as Fuck podcast, I need you to answer hype as fuck. Almost relive this moment for us. What is your most hype moment that you've had since you've joined music? Whether it be a fan interaction, a moment you've had on stage, off stage, anything. Your most hype moment.
Okay. I think can I do two?
Absolutely.
First hype moment, I put in an album back in 2013 called Soul Searching. I got to perform at a local place downtown called, at the time, 18th Street. So it's kind of a release party of sorts, performing some songs there that night with a handful of some of the people that are in this chat, to be completely honest. That was a great time. That was a highlight of my music making career at that time. But I'll say a more recent one, secondary one, would be doing the 308 Cipher live in Sydney about a month ago on the 8th for the benefit concert that Sky Manor had put on. Just the energy and vibe that we had when we were performing that, it was just crazy. It was cinematic, and I felt like floating, and I was just swimming, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how I spit my verse, to be honest. Like, I did my verse, but I was just zoned out. There was lights going, and it was hype. It was amazing. So I would say definitely doing the 308 Cipher live. That was epic.
Awesome. And I want to remind everyone watching right now, if you scroll through, if you are on the comments in Facebook, at least, if you scroll through, my buddy Rob Gates did drop a link to some of the live performances that he's referring to from that show in Sydney, Nebraska. So if you want to check those out, scroll up through the comments, look for Rob Gates, and hit that link. You will not be disappointed. It was an amazing show. It really was.
Good times. Shout out Rob for filming that and everybody involved. Took a lot of effort. So yeah.
All right. So I'm actually down to my last question.
I'm terrified.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, that's perfect. I will say I was really fixated as a kid on dinosaurs, to be completely honest. So I was prepared for this question. But I would say like an iguanodon. I remember I remember reading up on them as a kid and how they had like these giant thumbs and that they would like stick them in the necks of. That's really graphic. I'm sorry, but
Dude, I swear I've seen whatever you're talking about because that's the one thing I think about when I think about that dinosaur is
yeah,
I swear we watched the same documentary or kid show or something because I'm like having visual flashbacks of what you're describing.
yeah. I love I love dinosaurs as a kid. Jurassic Park, of course, but yeah,
Awesome answer. And again, another dino we have never had on this show. So you've been just be dropping all kinds of knowledge and good stuff on us, man. I love it.
hell yeah, that's awesome. Oh,
All right. Yeah, go ahead, man. Anything you want to say.
I did have one last thing, just in case you were about to wrap up, but I do have a surprise for people in the chat and followers of myself. I do have a video coming out tonight. It's premiering at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. It's a AI visualizer created by Cody Ross, Prometheus, for my song called Free Your Mind, which is on Summerstorm Dreams. But that'll be dropping after this podcast in about an hour. So pretty excited for that. It's gonna be trippy vibes. So it got done just in time. So I'm like, what better time to do it than right after the Hype as Fuck podcast? So let's go.
Perfect. All right. So you guys heard that. Be sure to check that out as soon as I am subscribed to your channel. I am going to make sure my notification is on. And as soon as that drops, I will be dropping that link in this chat and the event for this podcast so that you guys can find it as well. So you guys go hit up this man's YouTube and check that out. It sounds awesome. And all the Codys are talented, but they make amazing visuals too. So
definitely
shout out to them, both of Cody Ross, Cody Pringle, and again Rob Gates, because you guys are a huge driving force in what you guys have done for so many of my guests, and your come up is mind blowing, no joke. So keep pushing hard and doing what you do to help out all these artists because it's amazing work. Shout out to all of you guys. And most importantly, my guy, shout out to you for coming on the show and taking time out of your day to come hang out with us and educate us on you.
Of course. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's been great. It's been fun. I don't put myself out there a lot all the time, but yeah, thank you for having me on, Jesse. I appreciate it.
No problem. So I am about to wrap up. Is there anything we missed you want to cover? Because there are no restraints. You have the time. You have the floor. This is your show.
Wow. Yeah. I think we covered like pretty much everything, to be honest. Don't want to drop all the nuggets in one basket, but definitely shared plenty. So hopefully that's enough for the baskets.
Make them. You got the right idea. Make them want more. Don't give them everything at once.
Yeah, like hide some especially well. So
All right. So thank you for coming on. You are always more than welcome back on the show anytime. Just shoot me a message. And I like to send off all my viewers with the hopes of sellout shows and over 1 million streams on not just one of your tracks, but everything that you do from here on out.
That'd be crazy. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you. And until next time. Hold on, them technical difficulties I got. Thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
All right. So that does it for today's show. I just want to, again, shout out some of these people in the chat. First off, Cody Ross for being a star killer. Clarissa Ann being another awesome star sender. Joe Vaughn, thank you for tuning in. Bob Ross, we love you, girl. Rob Gates, Zyad, Andrea Ward, Sunray, Chantel, Jessica, and let's see, Knowledge, thank you for tuning in. Of course, both of the Codys again. DJ, I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Lucas or Lucius? You'll come correct me. I know you will. Thank you for tuning in. Anybody and everybody in this chat room. If I don't see your name, I apologize, but I am more than happy that you showed up. If you enjoyed this episode, please just go give a thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, that like does so much good for me, and drop a comment. It helps immense. Never obligated, but if you would like to send stars and donate in any other fashion, you can do so by Facebook and any other links. You can find that down here. And also, we have a whole month of awesome guests lined up for you. And I believe my next one is going to be next Sunday with my good buddy who's been mentioned a few times, Mr. Rob Gates. So tune in next Sunday for that. And thank you guys for coming and getting hype as fuck with us, as always. Love you guys, and peace out.